What's up, you guys? Vincent Lopez. Everybody calls me Vinny. How are you guys doing? First things first, if you guys like this type of content, if you want to see more, go ahead and click that like button, click the subscribe, click that bell notification so that way you guys know when I'm uploading more content. During this time, we're all trying to do our part by flattening the curve, and a lot of us are working from home. Pretty much all students are home now, and it gives us this opportunity to relax, de-stress from the normal day-to-day life that we normally have. We have work life, traffic, all the things that give us stress. And for a lot of people, this is very, very much deserved and much needed. But let's not get too sedentary, you guys. These are my 5 tips for you guys to be able to be healthy throughout this time. And it does also help simplify your life a little bit. So let's start with number 1. Number 1 is gonna be, do not snack. I understand you're gonna be right there in your office. It's probably a few steps away from your refrigerator, or a few steps away from the candy bowl or the chip bowl or whatever you have, the pantry. Don't do it. Stay away from that area, only during your lunchtime. And it's funny that I would have to say this, but because so many people snack at work and you don't really realize it, right? You maybe have a few candies in your drawer at your job, or maybe you go to the vending machine. It's not as bad because you being at work, you don't want to be away from your desk too often, and you want to make sure that, you know, the boss doesn't get mad at you. Well, right now you don't have that. So all these little bad habits that we have are gonna come out in this time because there's nobody there to stop you. There's nobody there looking over your shoulder. I mean, your kids might call you out a little bit, but that's a whole nother story. Try to limit yourself on the amount of times that you do get a snack. Don't get me wrong, if you want to snack on an apple or a fruit or some nuts or something like that around 9 or 10 in the morning, you know, like a normal mid-morning snack, that's perfectly fine. But the problem is that you don't want to keep going back every hour, every half hour, even every 2 hours, because now you're increasing the amount of snacks that you have throughout the day, and eventually it's going to increase the amount of calories you eat per day. So that's going to lead me into number 2, which is going to be, make sure that you know what you're going to eat. Plan your meals, plan your lunches, plan your breakfasts, and plan your dinners. And yeah, it might seem like a little bit of work right now, but it's going to help you in the long run. I'm going to tell you why. So planning your breakfast is a really good way to make sure that, one, you make sure that you get up with enough time to either make your breakfast, heat up your breakfast, whatever you're gonna do for breakfast, and also gives you a chance to wake up your kids so that way they have that same routine from when they were in school. That's number 1. Number 2, when you plan your lunches, if you can meal prep your lunches, that would be the best. But because realistically speaking, you spend the majority of your lunch driving somewhere to get food and driving back. That's 100% true. You get to wherever you're gonna go, you're gonna eat your food, and then you drive back to work and you're trying to rush to make it back by the hour. You don't have that problem anymore. So you have the time to make yourself a good lunch. Make sure that you're making yourself a healthy lunch. I get it. Groceries from household to household is gonna be completely different depending on your area, depending on what you guys eat. But this is a great time to know what you're gonna eat, because this also streamlines number 3, which is gonna be your grocery shopping. Very, very important. The more you know what you're going to eat, you know exactly what to buy when you go to the grocery store. And this does 2 things. Number 1, it keeps you from buying stuff that you're not gonna eat, you're not gonna use, and it's gonna end up sitting in the back of your pantry. That's number 1. And number 2, what it's gonna do is it's gonna actually limit the amount of time you're in the grocery store. Because now you have a list of what you're gonna get. You have A, B, C, D. You go pick all those things up. You get to the cash register, you pay, you're out. Granted, once again, I understand grocery stores are different. Every area is a little bit different. But at least having a mindset of what you want and what you need, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to go grocery shopping. Okay, so number 3 is going to be making sure that you get up and move at least every hour. Get up, grab a glass of water, get up, just, you know, walk from your office to the back of the house, back to the front. I don't know if you guys have an office in your home, or maybe you're working in the kitchen, or maybe, I don't know. You guys have whatever office setup you guys have when you're working at home, but just get up at least every hour, walk around if you can, go check on the kids, go do whatever you need to do just to be up for a few minutes. And if not, that's perfectly fine. Let's say, you know, you're in a smaller home, you're in a smaller area, you can't get around too much, just stand up for a few minutes. And it really just refreshes you and keeps you good for the rest of the day. If you do the get water method every hour, this ensures that you guys reach your water intake goals and you don't end up becoming dehydrated. A lot of times we snack and we're hungry, but it's not because we're actually hungry, it's because you're a little thirsty. Yeah, we get like a dry mouth whenever we're really, really thirsty, but a lot of times you're like, ooh, I kind of have a craving for this. Usually if you drink a glass of water, that craving goes away and you're perfectly fine. So for number 4, we're gonna get back to that lunch break and we're gonna try to make the most of it. If you guys can, a good 20 to 30 minute walk would be great for you. Walk around your block, walk around your neighborhood. It's a really nice way to get out, move. And you gotta remember, your normal lunch break, you're spending an hour. Usually half of that is driving to and from work. So what we're doing is instead of driving to and from work, we're gonna use that same time to be a little productive. We can walk around. If you have kids, it's a great time to have a little recess time. Let them pull out their bikes, let them pull out their scooters, let them run around a little bit. If you have dogs, this is a great time to walk them. You're getting a little exercise, your kids may be getting a little exercise, and they're gonna love the exercise that they're gonna get. Me, I have the advantage of always working from home, so I always walk my dogs around lunchtime and they enjoy it. It is a little warm, so obviously not too long of a walk. If they're outdoor dogs, they might be a little bit used to it. Indoor dogs might need a little bit of warming up to do, especially in the middle of the day. But once again, this is a great way of getting yourself moving. A good 20-30 minutes, that's all it is. You're working from home, you don't have to worry about being sweaty. Nobody cares, your kids don't care, your spouse shouldn't care. Anyway, so that's number 4. Make sure you move around during your lunchtime. So for number 5, this is gonna be the one that most people probably not gonna like, but this is what it's gonna be. Make sure you have a dedicated workout for every single day of the week. Either before work or after work, have some time for yourself to get some exercise done. Usually 30 minutes to an hour is perfect, as long as you have a good workout program that you can follow. But wait, Vinny, you're saying you should get up every hour and walk during lunch and work out? Yes, it's very, very important. The reason why all this stuff is gonna be beneficial to you is going to be, number 1, the walking every hour helps break up the monotony of sitting down and being stuck in front of your desk. It also gives you a chance to, once again, drink some water, check on the kiddos, make sure they're okay, make sure they're doing their work like they're supposed to be doing. For the lunchtime walk, that's actually more for your kids and for your pets than for you. Yeah, it's great for you to get up and walk around, but it's also gonna be good for them to get out the house if they're not out the house already. Maybe you have active kids that don't really need that. Maybe that you have a playground in your backyard or something like that. If you do, great and wonderful, but if you don't, this is a good time because around lunchtime is usually when they have their recess anyway, depending on how old your child is. Usually, if you're like elementary kid, you usually have their recess around lunchtime or a little bit after, I think it's a little bit after lunch or before lunch, depending on what time they have lunch. And then middle schoolers usually have gym period. High schoolers, same, you have gym period. This is a good way of just kind of getting them out and moving so that way they're not stuck in the house, 1, doing schoolwork, and number 2, playing Fortnite. Because let's be honest, most kids are doing right now. They're doing a little bit of homework, but they're also playing a lot of video games. And this kind of helps get them out of the house for that. And the exercise, that's mainly for you. The reason why is everybody always has this thing that, oh my God, I don't have time. I'm already stuck in traffic for an hour. I have to deal with the kids have sports, or the kids have this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's not an issue anymore. So use this time to really work on yourself. Once again, exercise does help a lot. De-stress, helps you feel good about yourself, and also it gives you something to be motivated for. Yes, I understand the first week or 2 is gonna be a little on the challenging side. It might be a little bit difficult, you might be a little discouraged, but these are things that we can always fix or get better with time. You're gonna get better, you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get more endurance, and this is the pros of exercising. The biggest thing right now, in my opinion, is for everybody to stay productive. Right now is a time that a lot of people are, yes, using this time to be productive, but also a lot of people are using this time to Netflix, chill, hang out, play video games, not do too much, which don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with those things. But I do also understand that maybe for your kids, they like playing video games, so if they do their schoolwork, they do their recess really well, they do their schoolwork when they get back after lunch, after you get off of your work time, they can go ahead and play their video games. And now we go back into the same schedule of, okay, school time or work time, lunch, school time and work time. And then as soon as both of you guys are done with that, then you'll have your leisure time. And this is one thing that I found very beneficial with a few of my clients for keeping their kids a little bit more motivated on doing their schoolwork, because it's very easy to be like, oh, I'm bored, I want to play a video game, or I want to do this, I want to do that instead of schoolwork, when obviously when they're at school, they don't have these easy distractions. So with that being said, this is a good way for you to keep the routine, making sure everybody's being productive, you're getting your work done, your kids are getting their schoolwork done, you're getting a little bit of exercise in the middle of the day, you get a chance to play with your dogs around lunchtime, you plan out your lunch, you have a good lunch, Your kids are gonna have a healthy lunch because they're at home. If you don't have kids, then by all means, this is time that you can be spending on yourself. Now, when you get back from lunch, you have to go back to work. You don't want them bugging you, or you don't want other things to distract you. So this is a good time to go ahead and compartmentalize the day, right? You're going back to work, they go back to schoolwork, or even if you have a dog, they've gone and played for a good 20-30 minutes. They're good. If you don't have a dog, you've done a little bit of a walk, you got fresh air, whatever. This plan works for everybody. And at the end of the day, you're able to have your fun time, your free time, your Netflix and binge and watch Lost or Ozarks or Tiger King. If you guys haven't watched Tiger King, that's a really good one. But you get my point. These are all things that are gonna help with that. In concluding this video, I'm actually going to be uploading some more videos on some home exercises that you can do to help with this exercise or workout routine that you need to have for a daily basis. There's gonna be all kinds of routines everywhere. You can go based off of somebody else's. It doesn't matter. The biggest thing is you are moving and you are doing what you need to do to progress. If you like the content, if you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you guys want. Let me know what your level is, maybe even what equipment you guys have at home. That way I can plan a workout for you guys. Thank you for watching. Have a nice one.